Hi, by the end of this video, you will have Docker Desktop fully installed and we will run your first container together in just a few minutes. If you're new to Docker, it's a platform that helps developers build, ship and run applications inside lightweight, isolated containers. Containers make it easy to move applications between environments, from your local machine to testing and production, without worrying about compatibility issues. Since a lot of developers use Windows, we will focus on setting up Docker the right way, using Windows Subsystem for Linux, which gives you the full Linux container experience directly on Windows. Alright, before we jump into installing Docker, let's quickly go over the system requirements. First, you will need 64-bit processor. Unless you are trying to run Docker on your grandma's old Windows XP laptop, he will probably already have one. Next, make sure to have at least 4 GB of RAM. Docker can technically run on less, but trust me, your computer will start sounding like it's about to take off. You also need to enable hardware virtualization in your BIOS. This allows Windows to run Linux environments through WSL2, which Docker depends on. And yes, you can install Docker Desktop inside a virtual machine. It's called nested virtualization. But make sure that Intel VTX or AMD V is turned on if you are using VMware or VirtualBox. Once all that is sorted out, we are ready to install WSL2. Microsoft actually made this process super easy, so we will just follow their official guide. I will include the link in the description. First, open PowerShell and run WSL install. It will take a couple of minutes depending how fast your internet connection is and how powerful your machine is in terms of CPU and RAM. I will speed this part up so you don't have to sit here watching progress bars scroll across the screen. Once it's done, you will see operation completed successfully and it will ask you to reboot your computer. So let's restart and we will continue right after it finishes booting up. Okay, we are back. Now let's check which Linux distributions are available by typing WSL list online. You will see a list of different distros, but I will go with the default and most popular one, Ubuntu. To install it, just type WSL install Ubuntu. Now technically you don't need to install Ubuntu or any other Linux distribution for Docker Desktop to work. Docker comes with its own WSL backend. But having a Linux distro gives you access to the native Linux command line tool. And personally, I prefer using that over Windows PowerShell any day. Once the installation finishes, it will launch Ubuntu for the first time and ask you to create username and password. After that, boom, you are inside the Ubuntu terminal and ready to roll. Now that WSL2 is up and running, it's time to install Docker Desktop. Head over to the official Docker website and click Download for Windows. Once the installer finishes downloading, open it up and just leave all the default settings as they are. Docker will ask you to restart your computer, so let's do that one more time. Alright, we are back. Everything is installed, so let's go ahead and launch Docker Desktop. When it first opens, it might ask you to sign in or enter your email, but you can safely skip this part for now. You will see a message saying Docker engine is starting up, and that is completely normal. Give it a few seconds to load and initialize everything in the background. Once you see the green light or Docker engine is running, you are all set. Now we can move to the fun part, running your first container. Here you can see a box saying what is a container. Go ahead and click that. Docker will automatically pull and start a small welcome container image in the background. You can click on top of port and it will launch a browser showing the welcome page. You will notice it's running on localhost using port 8080, meaning Docker has successfully started your first container and exposed it to your local machine. Congratulations, that's it. You have run your first Docker container on Windows 11. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It really helps this channel grow and gives me more motivation to keep making those tutorials. I have also got a new microphone, so I hope the audio sounds better this time. If you have any suggestions or ideas for what I should cover next, drop them down in the comment section. Oh, and I just launched a Discord community. So if you like to hang out, ask questions, or learn new things together, the invite link is in the description. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.